Hello everyone and welcome to another video. You guys enjoyed the first episode of Gaming PC Myths, so I thought of making a second one. So in this episode we are going to talk about more gaming PC myths that are still out there in 2015. Let's start with myths related to memory. I need 16 gigabytes of RAM for gaming. I don't know how many times people asked me, do I need 16 gigabytes of RAM in a gaming PC, and they have a budget graphics card like the GTX 750 or the R7 360. First of all, RAM or memory is not the most crucial part in a gaming build. Secondly, a game like Battlefield 4, everything maxed out at 1080p, the highest memory use I have seen is around 6.6 gigabytes. So unless you already have a decent CPU, GPU and you're able to max out everything, there is absolutely no reason to get 16 gigabytes of RAM. 8 GB is the sweet spot. Also, you can get away with 4 GB if you're on a tight budget and spend the rest in a graphics card. The second one is about power supplies. I need 600 watts of power supply in my Core i3 and GTX 750 build. I have seen many times people spending a decent amount of money on their power supplies in a build like this. Yes, it's really important to get a decent branded power supply for your build, as they are the heart of your system. But usually you don't need that much of power in a budget build or a mid-range gaming tower. Even the high-end graphics cards can run with a decent power supply of 600 to 700 watts or even less. Another common myth is that a CPU with more cores is always faster. That isn't completely true either, because there are many applications and programs which don't use the extra cores. Also, most games can't use more than 4 cores. The best example is if you compare the 4th gen quad-core i5 with the octa-core FX 8350 in gaming. You will see some Core i5 CPUs performing better than FX 8350 in gaming, because the Core i5 has better single-core performance than FX 8350 and most games don't use more than 4 cores. But if a quad-core and an octa-core CPU have identical core speeds, then the octa-core will obviously perform better. Most of the times it's better to go with a faster CPU with less cores than a slower CPU with more cores for gaming. Let me know about the most common gaming PC myths you still hear in the comments below. Also drop a like if you like the video and subscribe for more videos like this. I am AbsTechie and see you later.